Hey guys, so there's been a lot of people who asked me what I did differently this week in terms of my Facebook ads, and I thought I'll just record it while it's still fresh in my mind, and then you guys can learn from it. So, what's a bit of background? So, I have been running Facebook ads for I think 6 to 9 months now, and with that, I have a lot of data. Data meaning I have already installed my Pixel. If you don't know what Pixel is, you need to go back and start from the beginning. And first thing you do with any Facebook ads before you start to spend any money is to install a Pixel. So you can find a lot of information in YouTube on maybe one day I'll do a video on installing a Pixel, but a lot of videos on YouTube on that. So make sure you go and install your Pixel. So with Pixel, what it does is it records it records everyone's digital footprint, including all your potential clients that's on Facebook, right? Obviously, there's no names attached to it. You don't get to see who it is, but Facebook knows who they are. So with all that data, you should be able to be more efficient in the way you run ads. And I wasn't very efficient with it. So what I was doing was I kept showing my ads to everyone and anyone, regardless of whether they've clicked on my ad before, regardless of whether they have been my customer, regardless of whether they have bought from me or not bought from me, like everyone. So I continue to show these people. And so because of that, you can imagine you selling a dress, right? You're selling a dress, a particular size, particular color, and all I do is keep selling to the same people with the same product, including the people that has bought from me before. Well, obviously the people who has bought from me before is not going to want to buy from me again. They've already got the product. And so I was really wasting a lot of money doing that. And so one of the things that I did this week was actually exclude all those people that has ever bought from me, exclude all the people that have actually registered to my webinar. Now you might go, well, what if they registered to my webinar, but they didn't show up? Well, that's when you go and send them emails to say, hey, you've never attended my webinar before. I'm holding one again, register. But you no longer have to spend money on showing ads to them. Again, you should be sending them emails and getting them to come to actually to come in to your webinar. So how did I do that, right? To be more efficient, to actually market to people that haven't registered to my webinar before. So to start off with, you would be in this screen here called audience, okay? So what you do is you create an audience. So let's do that together, custom audience. And what you're going to do is you're going to do website, okay? All right, so this is where you go, include any people who's met any of the criteria. So you can see here, I've installed a Pixel. So you need to go and get your Pixel. So make sure that you can actually select your Pixel here. I've only got one Pixel, okay? Now, all website visitors or people who has visited specific pages, right? So what I'm going to do is this audience is to include people who's actually visited at least one of these URL, okay, must equal, okay, not contain, but equal, all right? So this is how it works. You need to then put in your registration page. So the page where people go in and register for your page, you need to put this here. So then you call this audience that have visited but did not register. So you could do that, right? That's how you're gonna, so what you do is you get your opt-in or your opt-in funnel page, the first page of your funnel. Then you go, register, landed but not register, and then you create the audience. And what you want to do is you can put that in the last 180 days. Okay, you change that to 180 days. So I'll show you what mine looks like. All right, guys, so this is what mine looks like, okay? So I've got it as equals to, this is my webinar registration page in the past 180 days, and I've named it landing page visitors in the last 180 days, and that's it, okay? And then the next one you want to create is the people or the audience that have actually registered. So I call them the registrants. So what does this look like? And I'll show you. All right. So here we go. Okay. Oops, what's happening here? Webinar registrant. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it says equal to the thank you page. So when someone have registered to your webinar, you should and must have a thank you page, which is the second page that they get directed to after they registered, so that you can capture their pixel to show that they're the people who registered. And that is the thank you page that you need to put in here, equals to 180 days webinar registrants. Okay. And once you've done that, that's when we can start to actually exclude a lot of the audience that you know don't want to show the ads to and waste money to. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm now in one of my campaigns. So what you need to do is you need to get to this screen here where you get to choose your audience. So right here, down here. So you would have got an audience that you may have already chosen. And you could see here that I have already included the people who match these interests, property investment club, and so on. And I'm also excluding landing page visit in the last 180 days and webinar register in 180 days. So how do I get that done? So I'm going to bring you to another ad where I didn't get this done. I'm going to do it in front of you. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. So this is another campaign that I've done. And you can see here, it's the same audience, same interests, you know, people who match property investment club, and so on. So you need to think about what sort of people that you're targeting. What interests do they have that you're targeting? Is it health? Is it investment in property? Is it investment in shares? You know, what's the niche? Okay. And once you've chosen that and you've done all that, what you need to do is to go down to this button here and go edit. Okay. And what you need to do is to exclude. Now you want to exclude these audience, and that audience is, there you go, landed page visitor last 180 and also registrant 180. So in the last 100, and that's what I named it. So you could name in the same name convention and go landing page visitor in the last 180 days, webinar register 180 days. So really those are the people, are the audiences that I want to exclude. And all you have to do is update. Now, it's best that you save as new and not update your existing one because it will overwrite. So what you do is you save it as new and call it something else. Call it as, you know, if I were to save this down, I would save as new. I can go excluded 180 registrants and landed 180. So something like that. So I'm not going to touch that because I don't want to amend any of my previous campaigns to have a record. But that is what you do if you were to change your campaign. All right. And so that's it, guys. So by just doing just that small tweak, it actually got me over 20 registrant in one day versus the day before when I didn't do this. And I was slowly just trying to get like 1 or 2, and max I was getting like 4 registrant. It was costing me at least $10. But instead the next day I had over 20 registrant and was costing me as low as at one stage $4 per registrant. Obviously that cost goes ups and downs throughout the day, but as low as $4 per registrant. So it's worthwhile that you do this small tweak, you know. Okay, enjoy. Thank you. Bye.